Hi ladies, hi gents. I want to share a video with you today, and it's a design team project for Wild Orchid Crafts, the Wild Bunch. As usual, I will pop all the links down below and the product codes of the items I've used in the project. I am filming this in the evening, and unfortunately when I get home from work now it's dark, so I'm hoping the lighting's going to be okay. So I'll give it a go. Okay, what I altered this time was a picture frame that I found in a charity shop for £1, and my daughter absolutely fell in love with it and said to me, "Mum, please can you alter that for me?" And I said yes. So I'm going to show you what I've done. So I'm just going to move my sign out of the way, and I will try and reduce the shadows as much as possible because obviously I'm using overhead lighting. Okay, so you can see the shape of the frame is rectangle, and then it's got this oval part at the top, and this was dark wood. So I gessoed it and then I painted it cream, and then I distressed it using a blue paint. So if I zoom in, sorry, my laptop's gone into drive mode. Okay, so if I can show you the paint, you can see that I've distressed it using this blue paint and down the edges, so it gives it a real shabby look. And I love blues and creams together. I don't use enough of them actually, but after doing this project I probably will be. So if I just zoom back out, I will take close up so you can see in more detail. So I did that all over, front and back, and I have removed the glass just so you haven't got the glare of that on top of the shadows. So up at the top, here you can see there is slight detail either side, so I wanted something in the centre that was going to be a main focus. Let me zoom in. Okay, so here in the centre what I did is I had this chipboard piece which you can just see under the frame, and I painted that the same colours as the frame in the creams and blues. I've added a small piece of lace here. Then I added this beautiful frame, and this is one of a piece that my husband picked up for me at car boot sale. And again I painted it cream and then just distressed the raised edges with the blue paint. And the cameo is actually one that I made myself using a mould, and again I painted it cream, and then I just highlighted her necklace in the same blue paint. So that's the top. Then in either corner at the top I used some of these filigree metal pieces, and these are the small ones, and these are actually from Wild Orchid Crafts. I've got one here, and these are the small filigree silver corners, and what I did is I painted them with the blue paint, and then I just popped one either side at the top of the frame. And the product code for these, they come in a pack of 10, and the product code for these is MKX184. And then all the way around the inside of the frame I ran some flat back pearl all the way around, and this is a tiny flat back pearl. I think it's 4mm in the ivory, and the product code for this is MKX535. Just move that out of the way. Okay, which side shall I start with? Okay, I'll start with this side. No, I won't. I'll start with the bottom. Because on the bottom of the frame, I didn't put the flat back pearl inside. What I did is I had this wood piece of fleur-de-lis, which I put inside, and again I painted it the same colours as the frame, and I absolutely love how that looks. Let me just lift it up so you can just see it a bit more detail. Okay, I go in. Okay, so I used this a couple of laces here, but the one at the bottom here, this gorgeous cotton lace, is actually from Wild Orchid Crafts, and it's really beautiful. It's lovely and thick, and it is just off-white cotton lace, and the product code for that is MKX595. And then on top of that I've layered a lace from my stash, but I've layered it twice. There's a second layer under there. And then I put these Pearl and Diamante drop over the top, and again they're from my stash. Okay, in this corner I've made a doily flower, and then in the centre I've used a excuse me, classic rose, and this is from Wild Orchid Crafts, but I'm not sure if they're selling these at the moment. These are the 40mm ones. It's the largest size they do. I will have to check the website to see if they're still selling these, but I've got a feeling they're not right now. And this is in the cream, and then I used some of the blue paint and just touched the edges, and I did spray everything in Glimmer Mist also. So that's there. In here I've got a little glass vial filled with fairy dust or glitter dust. I've got this beautiful seam binding tied in a bow, tucked in behind, just to bring out a bit of the colour. Again, that's from my stash. Okay, this here is one of the sprays, Gardenia sprays from Wild Orchid Crafts, and it's got the spring and the leaves, and I've just used the cream paint to tone the colours down to match in with the frame. This is actually the spray, and I just rubbed over it with the cream paint, and then in the centres where the stamen are, I've used the blue paint on these just to blend it all in, and these are beautiful. I absolutely love these so much, and the product code for these is MKX644. So you can just see the blue paint on the stamens in the centre of these. Excuse me. Then to the side of that I've used some of the chrysanthemums, and I'm in love with these so much. And again I've just dabbed some of the cream paint into the centre and spritzed them just to get them all to blend in beautifully, just so you can see in there. And this colour is just so beautiful. I absolutely love the colour of these, and it's from the mixed blue and white set, so you get a variety of blues and a white, and this is the colour that I used from the set. And the product code for these is QVR006. I think these are fast becoming one of my favourite flowers to work with. Okay, what else did I do? I've got a wooden flourish poking out the side here. Let's pull that out a bit. You'll just see it swirling out the side. I've added a couple of pearl dangles onto that. I've also added this small metal tag that says cherish, and again I've just rubbed the paint over the top of that. I've got a Prima Fairy here, and again I did paint her in the cream paint, and I've gently rubbed some of the blue onto her dress there, and I will take close up so you can see it in more detail. And then just peeping out here, I've got some of the hip rosebuds in both cream and in the blue. So the blue ones I've dabbed with the cream paint, and the cream ones I've dabbed with the blue paint, just to tie it all in. And the product codes for the rosebuds, the blue tones are GST 017, and the ivory are GST 063. Okay, so I shall move over to this side and just show you, I've added a banner here, and on the banner I've used some of the pearl lettering, and it just says friends, because my daughter actually wants to put a picture of herself and her friends in there. And again in this corner I've made a flower using doilies, and then in the centre of it I've used one of the carnations in the blue, and that comes from a mixed blue pack, and the product code for that is MKX110. So this is the carnation, and then below it you can see I've got some bigger petals. And what I did was I took one of the Cosmo daisies, and I took the centre and the stem out and opened up the flower so that it became the petals, and I sat the carnation in the centre of it. So I opened these right up, took the centre out and sat the carnation in the centre of it, and that's how I got the bigger petals on the outside. And then I've got a little wooden birdie here, which again I've painted. I've got a key just peeping outside here, and the key says dreams, and again I've rubbed the paint over it so that the words stand out. And then I've added a dangle, a crystal dangle here. And here and here I've got some of the Cosmo daisies in the same blue tone. That's what's so wonderful about Wild Orchid Crafts, the colour tones that match together and mix is just amazing. So this is the Cosmo daisies in the same blue again. So I've used a couple of those. Again I've used the hip rosebuds, and I've also used these lilies, and these are in the cream, which I have some here, which look like that. And again I've rubbed the blue paint into the centres of them, just so that it all ties in. And these lilies are gorgeous. This is from a white and cream set, and the product code for these is MKX128. Then I've used a couple of open roses, and they're in the 25ml, and they're in the ivory also, and the product code for those is MKX015. I've got a little wooden dress form just poking out here that I've painted, and again another tag that says inspire, and again I've rubbed the paint over that. So I think about that just about covers it all. Let me zoom out so you can see the whole thing. So I'm just so thrilled how this turned out, and Monique absolutely loves it. She absolutely adores it. Just show you how wonderful these colours look together. So, you know, and you can so coordinate all your projects using Wild Orchid Craft flowers. So that's the blues for the chrysanthemums, and then you'll see you have the blues in the carnations that tone in. No, that's not them. That's them. And then the daisies, and then the rosebuds, and you see you can tie together all your projects so easily because they coordinate their colours so well and so beautifully. And then of course obviously all your creams and whites are easy to use on your projects. So I really hope how you like this turned out, and I will take still photographs up close so that you can see the individual things, because I know the lighting isn't amazing in the evenings and there is quite a lot in there for me to show you. So I will take still photographs, so they'll be at the end if you want to look at them. So I really hope you like my project, and let me know what you think, and I will speak to you all soon. Bye for now.